All right, let's jump right into this explainer because today we're looking at a completely game-changing workflow to create 50 professional social media posts in literally just 50 minutes. Look, did you know the average creator spends over 15 hours a week just brainstorming? Honestly, that's nearly 2 full workdays completely lost to staring at a screen. If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by that constant, unyielding demand for fresh content, the algorithm never sleeps, right? You are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're going to break down a precise, step-by-step system using Claude AI and Canva to essentially put your entire content pipeline on autopilot.
So here's our rapid-fire agenda for today. First, we'll look at the content creation trap. Then, your 2 AI tools. Third, Claude, generating the content. Fourth, Canva, designing at scale. And we'll wrap up with the 50-minute transformation.
Okay, Section 1, the content creation trap. Let me ask you this, and be honest. Are you caught in that trap of staring at a totally blank social media calendar, just stressing out and wasting precious hours? I mean, we've all been there. You sit down at your laptop, you open up a blank document, and suddenly your mind is just blank. You end up switching between a dozen different apps looking for inspiration, staring at that blinking cursor of doom, and before you know it, an entire hour has vanished and you have absolutely nothing to show for it. That blinking cursor, it's a massive bottleneck. Relying on spontaneous inspiration is practically a one-way ticket to burnout.
The contrast here is wild, and it perfectly illustrates the transformation we're talking about today. We are moving far away from that agonizing 5-hour slog of writer's block toward a seamless 50-minute AI workflow. The old way is just absolutely riddled with friction. First, you hit writer's block, trying to come up with ideas. Then, you run into major design delays trying to make those half-baked ideas actually look decent. And ultimately, all that friction leads to inconsistent posting, which tanks your reach. But this new way, by leveraging a targeted AI workflow, we're collapsing those 5 draining hours into 50 highly productive minutes. We're totally eliminating the friction points so you can stay fiercely consistent.
Moving on to Section 2, your 2 AI tools.
The absolute most crucial point here is that you only need 2 tools working together to pull this off. Claude for your text and Canva for your design. That's it. That is the entire engine of our 50-minute content machine. Look, in an era where there are literally hundreds of shiny new apps popping up every single day, app fatigue is so real. We are not going to complicate things with a dozen confusing subscriptions. Simplicity is the ultimate scalability hack. Claude AI handles the heavy lifting of ideation and copywriting because its language models are just incredibly good at understanding context. Then, Canva takes that raw text and turns it into scroll-stopping visual assets. By keeping our tool stack this constrained, we completely eliminate the headache of jumping between platforms.
All right, Section 3, generating the content.
So these are the 3 exact chronological steps you'll execute inside Claude to instantly build out all your text. Step 1, generate the core ideas. But raw ideas aren't enough, so Step 2 forces the AI to expand those concepts into highly engaging captions. Finally, Step 3 beautifully formats that content into digestible carousel slides. By batching these tasks sequentially, instead of doing them one by one, we are seriously capitalizing on momentum. Context switching is a total productivity killer. When you stay purely in ideation mode, then move entirely to writing mode, and then formatting mode, you let the AI do what it does best, generate massive volume without ever losing the thread.
To kick things off, you just use this exact prompt. Generate 50 Instagram post ideas for an AI automation agency, or, just plug in whatever your specific niche is. The beauty of this exact phrasing is that it instantly gives you a bird's-eye view of your entire month's content strategy. Boom. In a flash, Claude outputs a massive list of super relevant topics. We're talking actionable tips, automation hacks, client case studies, common mistakes, tool comparisons, the whole shebang. Instead of waking up on a Tuesday wondering what on earth to post, you have a comprehensive map of your messaging for weeks. It totally removes the guesswork.
Once you have those ideas, please don't agonize over them one by one. You just give Claude this prompt to batch generate. Write engaging captions for all 50 posts. Now here's a major pro tip. Tell Claude to write in your specific brand voice. Add a little line like, use a conversational, witty tone, or keep it highly professional and data-driven. That way it doesn't sound like generic AI fluff. In one lightning-fast output, Claude processes all 50 distinct ideas and spits out optimized, engaging text for every single one. You've literally just wiped out weeks of daily copywriting in about 10 seconds flat. Incredible, right?
Now we format for maximum engagement.
You use this prompt to tell Claude to format each idea into a 5-slide carousel structure. This is where the real magic happens. The AI will break down every single post into a super clear, high-converting framework. Slide 1 is your hook. Slide 2 establishes the problem. Slide 3 is the solution. Slide 4 is a concrete example. And slide 5 is your call to action. Why this specific structure? Because social media algorithms absolutely love dwell time, how long someone actually stops to read your post. You stop the scroll with the hook, build empathy with the problem, and trigger engagement with the CTA to push your content to a wider audience. It's totally psychologically optimized and prepped for design.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, Canva Designing at Scale.
The secret to designing at scale relies entirely on having a rigid, repeatable system. You take your Claude output and just copy and paste it right into Canva. But wait, this is where people usually mess up. They try to make 50 unique designs. Do not do that. If you do, you're going to end up with this messy Frankenstein grid that takes days to put together. The absolute key is to choose just one high-quality, professional Canva template that fits your brand. Get that one perfect template and then just duplicate it 50 times. Constraints actually breed speed. By locking in that one template, you save hours fiddling with fonts and colors, and you create a beautifully consistent look for your brand. To finish off the visual process, you just let Canva's AI-powered magic design automatically adjust your layouts. As you paste your text into those duplicated templates, the AI steps in to make sure everything fits perfectly. It automatically recognizes the exact length of your text, dynamically resizes your fonts, and realigns your text boxes. This completely eliminates those tedious little micro adjustments that normally eat up like 80% of a designer's time. You aren't dragging text boxes around manually for hours anymore. You're letting the AI optimize it instantly, ensuring all 50 posts look polished, centered, and fully professional.
And finally, Section 5, the 50-minute transformation.
This entire workflow dramatically cuts your creation time, giving you a full grid of 50 completed, ready-to-publish posts in just 50 minutes. Really think about that for a second. 50 high-quality, psychologically optimized, visually appealing posts. That is nearly 2 full months of daily posting done in less time than it takes to watch an episode of your favorite TV show. This is what it actually looks like to leverage modern tools to scale your output. You've officially stepped off that exhausting hamster wheel and built an automated machine that just works for you.
So if you found this AI automation and content hack useful, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment for more explainers just like this one. We're constantly breaking down the most efficient ways to use these tools, and your engagement helps us bring you even more time-saving strategies. Seriously, let us know down in the comments which part of this workflow blew your mind the most. I'm going to leave you with this final thought. By implementing this incredibly simple two-tool system, you didn't just create content. You literally bought back your own time. Now that you've bypassed the agonizing writer's block and all those frustrating design delays, how are you going to use those 4 extra hours you just saved today? Are you going to focus on high-level strategy, close more clients, or maybe just take a well-deserved break? The choice is finally yours. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.